And I am live, and nobody is with me yet, I am sure. As I tweet out a link to see if anybody wants to join me. Yes, this is what I do until people start to show up. Why? Because I can. And now I'm and now I'm listening to my own voice because I forgot to hit the mute. But that's okay. It doesn't matter anyway. I think while I'm here, I'll give myself a thumbs up. It says I've got two watching. Who the hell is watching? I would like to know. Janazeel, how you doing? Yes, just a surprise stream on a Friday night. Sitting here, it's either this or watching an American Dad and Family Guy reruns. Definitely didn't know what else to do. Dragon Majesty, hi, how you doing? Janaceel, a feline is watching live and well. Thank you. Oh, thank you. Yeah, just wanted to go on, just to kind of touch base with people, see how everybody was doing, answer any questions or anything like that. Okay, I can't see the chat for a second because I just need to see if I tweeted what I think I tweeted, because I don't know if I tweeted it. It did something funny and then disappeared, so I'm not sure if it tweeted that I'm on a chat. I don't think it did, but anyway, hi Melissa Harris, Daniel Heron, how you doing? Thanks for being the first one to respond to my new video. If anybody is interested and hasn't seen it, I have a video up. It is the long-awaited thoughts, my thoughts on Rise of Skywalker and the ranking of Star Wars films. My favorite of the 11 films, I rank them 11 through 1, and I don't think there's a lot of surprises, but I'm sure a few people may be, interested. If people are interested in what I'm doing, then great, go check it out. Hey Troy, Nanette, how you doing? Yes, this is what happens when I see I have 8 hours in the kitty for StreamYard, and it's a Friday night, and the fan mail's not doing anything, and I'm sitting here watching an American Dad rerun that I've seen, and I was like, you know what? I haven't done a random spur of the moment chat. Let's jump in and see what happens. And like I said, I also finally got that video up that I thought I couldn't get transferred. It finally worked, and I was finally able to get it edited. It's much rougher than I would like, but it's my honest feedback and my honest rankings. So yeah, head over to that video if you have a chance. It's in my thing, and just for how actually I do want to know how the Pacellis are doing. If you guys are feeling better. I'm not, and I'm not even through half your cake. That's a lot of cake. I think I'm going to end up freezing some of it. I know by experience that it freezes well. Red Wolf Ben in the house. How you doing, Ben? How's it going? AKA Super Ben. I haven't seen you around in a while. Not okay. Troy doing better, not 100%, but way better. That's awesome. Can any of us say we're ever really 100%? Nanette's giving Janice some scratches behind the ears and chin. That's sweet. Yeah, the fan man don't really know why. I just knew he wasn't doing anything tonight. He said he wanted to, but just wasn't able to. So I knew he wasn't going to do anything, and at this hour, usually the professor's trying to get some sleep around 8, 9 o'clock at night. This is kind of a nice. I like this time of night. I turn all the lights off except for the TV and the computer or my Kindle. I'm usually on my Kindle by now, and I just kind of chill the night away. Yeah, Riverfell, not doing bad. Trying to show up every once in a while. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Melissa Harris, I miss the old school days of Adult Swim and they aired Toon Heads and a Popeye show and late night black and white Tex Avery show. I don't remember them doing the Adult Swim. I always remember Adult Swim just being anime or something odd, like an odd show or something. I was never really big up into in the Adult Swim overnight stuff. I kind of look back and like, yeah, I really wish I had checked out some of that stuff. I'd be much more up on anime, I think, if I was. Richard Mighty, hey Richard Mighty, how's it going? Wake up the props so we can hear him grumble. I'm sure he would grumble if he were awake. I'm just going to wait to see if he pops in on here. If he does and wants to join, I will definitely shoot him the link to get on. They used to air Pee-wee's Playhouse. Oh, that's cool. I remember Pee-wee's Playhouse when it was on. Was it Saturday morning? I keep hearing whispers in the wind of them bringing that back in some capacity, but I'm not really sure how. Yeah, it's Troy Pacelli. Be honest, you can't wait until tomorrow's rewatch. Definitely true. If anybody does not know already, tomorrow night on the Professor Geek channel. That's right, the Professor Geek is back on Saturday night, at least this week. And we will be watching episode 6, Return of the Jedi, which I know the Fan Man and the Professor and many people consider the last film the Star Wars saga, as far as the films go. Just don't want to give up that. Just don't want to give that the new trilogy exists. Personally, I accept that it exists. I just deal with it. It's much like when someone you don't like wins the presidency. You just deal with it, and eventually history will either, you'll forget it over a long time and something else will come along, hopefully. But yeah, like I said, Rise of Skywalker, I give a solid 3 stars out of 5. It lost a lot because of how jumbled it was. It's like they had an outline and they filmed the outline instead of a whole story. But that's me. I've seen better and I've seen worse. If you go check it, like I said, go check out the video I dropped today. You'll find out exactly where it fits into all the others. And if you don't want to wait that long, I'll tell everybody know what number 1 is. Number 1's the original Star Wars, A New Hope. Why? Because it's the first. It is the awesomest one. It is the most magical one. It is the one little 12-year-old Al stood outside of a theater many times to wait to see the film again and again and again. I, like many people, we didn't have computers and video or DVDs or Blu-rays of this stuff that we could sit at home and watch over and over again. We had to actually go and pay, at the time, not a lot, maybe $2, $3. I forget exactly what it was, to go watch this movie over and over and over again. Luckily, my mother at the time worked for a jewelry company called Sarah Coventry, if anybody remembers that. And she used to have meetings weekly. And she would drop me off the wonderful mother she was, and I would sit through 2 showings of Star Wars, and I enjoyed it. And this went on for close to a year. And then one day she went to drop me off, and it wasn't Star Wars there. It was something Starship Battle. I forget what it was. I have to look it up. It was another sci-fi, but it wasn't Star Wars. It had run its course finally. Because I remember Star Wars was in theaters forever back then. Let me get back to the chat here. I'm kind of rambling on. To be honest, just can't wait until tomorrow's rewind. Oh, I already did that one. But the original doesn't even have Yoda. I know, Red Wolf Ben. Yoda's there in spirit, though, through Obi-Wan, through the Force and the Jedi. He's around. Yoda does, I love Yoda, as everyone knows. And especially with Baby Yoda now. Come on, please. I know a lot of people are giving hell to Baby Yoda, but I love me some Baby Yoda. And yes, I know he's not Yoda. I'm just wondering if they're ever going to actually give the kid a name. And what that name may be. I think that'll be a big thing when they actually do it. How long did Star Wars play for? In my area, it was at a theater. I would say it came there in the middle of the summer, like July, and I think it was there like into the next year. It was there a long time. Now I remember because I'm on the East Coast. I remember the Senator Theater in D.C., which is a storied theater. They had it playing over a year, and it still was doing business after that time. Really big business, and it was a big story when it finally stopped playing. It was shocked. I was shocked. I mean, it was at that time, for like I said, for over a year, Star Wars was out there. You could go to a film theater, you could find it somewhere, and then it wasn't around. And like I said, it wasn't like you could just look it up online or put it into a VCR or a DVD player or a computer or something. It was gone. So you had the books and whatever you had. I had the storybooks. I had the soundtrack. I had the story of Star Wars, which was an LP. Well, I still have it. The LP of the sound of the film. It's just it's just the audio. And I bought I got what I could. Thanks to my mother. Troy's like, I hear that Baby Yoda got punched in the last episode. That might be worth watching. I'll tell you one thing: when you see some of the reactions of people watching that show and they punch Baby Yoda, people got pissed. But Baby Yoda gives back, man. He bit he got punched because he did bite the stormtrooper. He was only getting thunked on top of the head a couple times. The real punch came when he bit the stormtrooper's finger. So you could technically say Yoda, little Baby Yoda asked for it. But yeah, come on. You can't punch something like him. He's too cute. Then he made a fire trooper blow up, which was pretty awesome. Is Baby Yoda reincarnated Yoda or a clone or his grandson? We don't know yet. He is a mystery. Okay, these are spoilers. The Mandalorian is now charged with the baby's protection. He is to treat the child as if it is his own, as if he is the father, and he is to try to look for its people. And that's kind of going to be next season. So this season was kind of setting up the relationship, getting to know the universe, getting to know the Mandalorian. And yes, it is a man. For all those people who thought they were going to pop the helmet off, it was going to be a female. No, the last episode, he got the helmet taken off of him to get a little back to spray, and it was Pedro Pascal, so they're not doing a woman. They're doing everything right with the show. So I know a lot of people they want it to fail because it's Disney Star Wars. I don't want it to fail. I want Star Wars to be around. And yes, I want good Star Wars, of course. And Mandalorian is good Star Wars. I know the people that hate the sequels are all up in arms about it, but this part they're getting right. So, take it for what it's worth. Waiting for Disney to make Yoda a Star Wars story. I don't think they'll do that. I think that would be a bit cheesy. I'd rather Yoda be much more enigmatic. Even I like Baby Yoda because one, he doesn't really talk. Yeah, he kind of gurgles like a baby, which is cute as hell. But he doesn't talk, so you don't really know what's going through his head. And he's done some questionable things and made some weird decisions that not quite sure. Age Boomer, did you watch Fan Man's video on Fanatics? Yes, I did. And he has his opinions, and I might fall into a tier in there somewhere. I think I answered it. I answered sort of a question. Like I said, if you know my video, I think Daniel Heron and AL posted a couple comments that I answered. Then I kind of told my point of view. I don't want to get so upset about a direction of a film or TV show to the point where I become miserable, to the point where I actually become a grumpy old guy's disillusioned with everything. I want things to do well. I want good TV and movies. And yes, the sequels did disappoint many people, and some of it disappointed me. And I even stated that as far as film go, I think 7 and 9 I prefer as movies over 1, 2, and 3. But I'll say the prequel trilogies, it's better. It's a superior trilogy. The story flows, they had structure, they knew where it was going, and that's the problem with this one, is that Rian Johnson took things offline, and then the third film tried to make up for it by creating much too much story for one film. So that's what it has. But the Fan Man, I mean, there are people who become like super apologists. Now, I'm not going to say I'm an apologist for it. I'm going to say, there are parts I like, there's parts I don't. I'm like I said, I'm famously saying from Last Jedi, I'm not going to go up on my roof and jump off because the movie was bad, or the movie had bad aspects to it, or Luke was an idiot. Yeah, Luke was an idiot. Luke did a dumb thing in the history, and that is one of the things I wish they could go back and fix. That's probably the main thing they needed to fix, was not to make Luke want to feel like he was getting ready to kill Ben. That was a very poor story choice. Whoop. Got a little behind. A little talk about Mandalorian here. I haven't watched Mandalorian yet, but I assume the child was just a baby from Yoda's race. Yeah, that's what I think. I think he's just a baby. I think he's one of Yoda's species, and he's a baby, 50-year-old baby, but they age slow. But I think he's got some wisdom there. But I inside a baby's body, that maybe that's what makes them so wise, is that they spend so much time as a child where they must observe. and they learn by watching. And I don't know. I just thought of that. That could be something. Baby Luke and Leia coming on Obi-Wan, a Star Wars story, not a joke. I know. I heard. I don't know about Baby Leia, but I heard young Luke. I don't know how old they're saying they're going to be. Uh, I hope they don't make them babies. Maybe toddlers or like 5-year-olds or something. I don't know. Fan Man has this opinion. They're mostly right. I think. I don't think it's a matter of right or wrong. It's a point of view. Just like Obi-Wan said, from a certain point of view. Everyone's point of view is going to be different. I think he's right in a lot of his stuff. And in fact, he's probably right in all of his stuff to the extent of how he views it. But like I said, I'm not going to go totally one way or another. I'll just say that. Age Boomers asked Troy, do you think Disney will remake the original trilogy? They better not. I know that. They should never touch the original trilogy. It is sacred. If anything, learn from Star Trek. You don't redo the original. No Mr. Pacelli's co-host today. Well, in his defense, I just decided to do this literally. I decided to do it, and within a minute I was online. I just wanted to do what I used to do with afternoons with Al, where I would just get on and just answer questions and just chat and talk and ramble. That's kind of what I wanted to do. I mean, we'll do the other stuff, and I just had some time, and like I said, we're going to be streaming tomorrow night. We're going to be watching Return of the Jedi, so there's going to be a lot of Troy tomorrow night, a lot of me tomorrow night, the Professor, and I don't know if Fan Man's going to join us or not. He's certainly welcome to, I'm sure. Hopefully he will. It'd be nice to have the four of us talking about that. And of course, it'll degenerate into a Disney Star Wars bitch fest, but that's fine. But yeah, I was surprised you may have read on Failbook that Star Wars Episode 9 took some big cues from the game Xenogears. It's a game not many have heard of. I haven't heard of it either. So sorry. Like I said, I'm not a gamer. I'm really not. I mean, Disney's that stupid. I'm not ready to put real money on it. Oh yeah, redoing the trilogies. Yeah, I don't think they'll do it. They say producers are backing out of Star Trek 4. I'm not surprised. I'd like to see I would like to see another attempt at a Star Trek movie with the same crew, of actors, but I want some design changes. I don't want that bright, shiny, white crap that the Enterprise was. I want a much more muted. It hurts your eyes. You watch the damn thing too long, it starts hurting. Cartoon Network doesn't air Cow and Chicken or Toonheads or anything like Tuck Jones Show or any classic cartoons because of what SJW hipster douchebags. I don't know if that's the reason. I really don't. I'm not sitting in their room, so I can't say anything. Chris and Kitty, how you doing? I want to discuss the point of Star Wars Episode 9 was a gender reverse Xenogears and shattered pieces. Okay, I mean, you could discuss it with someone if they knew really what that meant. I don't. I'm sorry, wish I did. We never know with certainty if the Fan Man will join. That's right, Troy. If he pops up, it'll be awesome. I like doing rewatches with the fan man. That's why I've made myself available on Friday nights. Not that I'm not available any nights of the week, but I do need some rest. I was getting a little burned out when we were doing we were doing Christmas Carol and The Hobbit and all the other stuff. I was like, man, I need a night off. Um, AL, didn't know you were on tonight. I didn't know I was on tonight either, AL, until I went on. That's the way I roll. When I do a random ramblings random rantings, or if I do it in the mid afternoon, I call it afternoons with Al. I just get on and start talking, and it's just how I roll. Which I said too many times, and it's becoming stupid. In fact, I was planning on prefacing tomorrow's rewatch with a plea that we try to keep the griping to a minimum and really celebrate our ROTJ. Thank you, Troy. Yes. I would much rather sit there and talk about how awesome that movie is and not worry about all the stuff that people have issues with in the sequel trilogies. Okay, that's for why in the hell the Enterprise look like an Apple store? I used to clean one, and I know what they look like. You're right, Janice Hill. At first when that movie first came out, the first 2009, man, 10 years ago, uh, 2009 when the first JJ movie came out for Star Trek, I was happy. I actually enjoyed it. I thought conceptually it was a good film story wise, but you look at it, there's a lot wrong with that movie. Physically, when I mean physically, I mean in physics. There's a lot wrong with that movie, and yes, just the interior design of the Enterprise is horrid. I mean, to have the engineering be a brewery factory, that was just dumb. Who gave a thumbs down? Whoever wants to give me a thumbs down, that's on them. But thank you for defending me in it, or should I say, no. Called random for a reason. Yeah. I missed the classic Adult Swim. Well, yeah. The Adult Swim. I don't even worry about the Adult Swim anymore, Melissa. Sorry. My money is on Owen Lister. I don't see him in here. You think Owen Lister is the one who gave me a thumbs down? Yeah. Listen to AL. Hit the like button. I got 15 watch. You know what? That's not bad though. 15 watch. Well, 14 now, and 12 likes and 2 thumbs down. Well, that hurt. Sorry. Well, look who's in the house. Professor Geek. I'll absolutely be pointing out the epic slap in the face that Rise gave to RTJ. Now, come on. You're already like hedging your stuff for tomorrow night. Sunshine streams are over for the Prof is back. Yes, the little gray cloud that follows people around. The Professor Geek show. My sunshine my kung fu will be stronger. Now, Professor, you want on? Let me know. Okay, I assume he's what he gave a thumbs. I would not be surprised. I would never give the Professor a thumbs down, but I don't think so. I think if he did, I think that would be a very sad thing to do, because I give thumbs up and click like on all the things Professor and Fan Man do, even if it doesn't match my own viewpoint, to support them, because I am a supportive guy. I actually think I know who gave me the thumbs down, but I'll save that till later. I miss Mr. Kreitzer, his hilarious rants. Well, they're going to come back. Next Tuesday is the first new office hours for the new year. I'm not sure how often he's going to be doing it. But he'll be back on Tuesday. Actually, no, Troy, wasn't me. I can't do that to Al, even if he deserved it. I didn't think so, but keep picking on Professor Geek. I'll change my thumb up to a thumbs down. What do you mean picking on Professor Geek? He out and out says he is he is not that ray of sunshine. I'm the ray of sunshine. He is the dark cloud. That's our shtick. But I do hope you get better though, Prof, man. A lot of colds going around this week. I gotta go to the doctor this coming week again, just for the normal monthly checkup. And I've always, parts of me says, yeah, I'm going into this office cooped up with a bunch of sick people, and I'm going to get sick one day, and I just know it. Big Al, have you ever watched Adult Swim action? It had Inuyasha, a creepy dark show, Cowboy Bebop. My artistic son Jake got a signed pick from Jet Black voice actor. I have watched Cowboy Bebop. I'm looking forward to the film when it eventually hits. I know they had to slow down the filming or stop the filming because I think John Cho got hurt or something. Somebody got hurt, and but yeah, I like Cowboy Bebop. That was cool. I'm looking forward to seeing it again. Hey, my thumbs down disappeared again. Oh, that's nice. Wasn't me. Shut crap. Thumbs up it. It's like Sunshine Bear, Grumpy Bear. I like that. It's the ray of sunshine. RRR with REY. Prof is emo Batman. Big Al is the bright and cheerful Robin. I don't know about that. I wish you wish there was a way to give me both a thumbs up and a thumbs down. I'm sorry, Troy. Hey, I don't think I am upfront about everything I think. Just like, and I know the professor is going to hate this. Finished The Witcher, loved it. Of course, I have not read any of the books or played the game, but whatever Netflix did, as far as it being an action adventure series, I even can say with all due confidence that this gives me hope that Henry Cavill can actually do other things. Terrible Superman, but a pretty darn good Geralt, I think. I know the professor's not going to watch the show, and there are some things that I know, like what's her name? The one that's redhead, the redhead girl that's supposed to be not Yennefer, but the redhead. Somebody give me the name. But yeah, that girl. Not only did they not make her, not only did they do like a different racial profile and hair profile, they didn't even really make her a distinguished Triss. Thank you, Muhammad. Hey, Muhammad, how you doing? No, Siri. Oh no, Siri's cute. Siri's a blonde with these like weird like eyes that are kind of neat. But it is it's a fun show. But Triss, I think, is the least well done part of that show, just because nothing. I mean, if the actress just had some kind, there's no charisma there. There's no chemistry with Geralt, and I thought there should be some chemistry, but there just isn't. But I like the series. It's fun. It's kind of like little stories all over the place in different aspects in time, and everything kind of comes together at the end. So AL, don't apologize for what you think. I don't, I'm not sorry for what I think. Sometimes I say I'm sorry you feel that you feel the way you do, about me liking it. Cavill would have made an amazing Superman. It's Snyder's directing, and they messed him up. You know, I do overall agree. I'm just saying the Superman that we got from him is totally. It's just not Superman. Uh, there is more Superman in the 5 minutes that Brandon Routh was on the Crisis special than Cavill gave us in what, 3 movies? Yeah, 3 movies. Brandon Routh did more to help the Superman brand in those few precious moments he was on the Crisis crossover than Cavill did in the full films he was in. Uh, so yeah, so that I hardly believe. Red Wolf fan, I grew up without cable until I've known Adult Swim, but I now have a big you're a big Rick and Morty fan. I've never seen Rick and Morty. Everybody talks about it. I don't know. I just never sat down to watch it. Maybe one day I'll just take a few minutes and like watch a couple, like start watching some, find it in a stream somewhere on a streaming service. Mashik's asking, so Yen or Triss? I know in the game he would prefer Triss because she's a redhead. Yennefer, the girl they got in this one playing Yennefer, though she's not as he I asked the professor some questions because he's more into The Witcher than I am or was, and he's saying she's supposed to have these like really blue eyes and pale skin. Not sure about the pale skin. She's got a little olive to her skin, but she does have like these violet eyes that really stand out, and she's a gorgeous woman. Yeah. I saw some of Dandelion's clips and they did him justice. Yeah, they changed his name. I think they used the Polish name. Can't think of it right now. They don't call him Dandelion. But yeah, he's funny. I enjoyed it when he was on there. Persky just rolling on the ground from your comments. Yeah, I know. I know he probably hates me saying that I like The Witcher, but I did. I mean, I consumed that thing fast. It had some great action scenes, some good effects, good monsters, um, good fight choreography, uh, great drama. I think it's a really a good series. I mean, I watched that, and because I also watched season 2 of Lost in Space, also excellent. So Netflix really kind of gave us a lot of good stuff for Christmas. So that's one good thing. Yeah, Troy Pacelli, even in the darkest time, hope cuts through. Hope is the light that lifts us out of the darkness. Brandon Routh, Crisis in the Arrowverse. Yeah, definitely. He nailed that line. He said that, and he channeled Christopher Reeve so well. I mean, it is a darn shame he's not it. If you liked Witcher, check out Berserk. Might have to. Have you seen Mandalorian? Josh Cullen. Wow, you must be new here. Yes, I have seen Mandalorian. I love Mandalorian. I wish it was more than 8 episodes, but it's the Disney Star Wars is getting. It's the Star Wars that Disney's getting right. I'll say that Mandalorian. It'll make me interested to see Kenobi now. Like I said, with the trilogy being over, it's there. It's what it is. It'll be an anchor or a life raft, whatever, to whatever people view of it as. But now let's see what else Disney's going to give us. We got the Mandalorian. We got Kenobi's going to be coming in the near future. Let's see how these things do. at the before we totally give up on Star Wars. We may not like Disney, but we don't have to give up on Star Wars. Uh, Casey Scott, sorry you're late, not getting notifications anymore. Yeah, I don't know what that thing's going on about. Um, oh, you're new. Your brother just sent me your link. Oh, who's your brother? Do I know your brother? Do I know another Cullen? Or do they go by another name? Uh, uh, Professor Geek, Baby Yoda, da 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 da, Baby Yoda. Yeah, there's a lot of songs. My favorite one is it goes something like a Baby Yoda, baby Yoda, Baby Yoda, baby Yoda, and it just keeps going. I just think it's fun. It's time for the Federation to die. Jean-Luc Picard in the upcoming Picard series. Does he really say that? I have not seen or heard of that. I'm hoping the Picard series does well. I'm not going to see it until I can see it for free. I'm not going to pay for CBS Plus anytime soon. Although I am thinking, I'm just wondering what it'd be like to give up cable. I would have to get an antenna so I could get local channels, though. I don't know how that would work. Professor Geek gonna be fine. They pooped in the casserole. Let's see what else comes out of the kitchen. It's gonna be fine. I really worry about the professor and his fascination with fecal material in his food. I think he must have had a bad picnic experience at some point in his life. Yeah, Melissa. Yeah, you asked this earlier. Is Baby Yoda reincarnated Yoda or his clone? I think he's just another species of whatever Yoda and Yaddle were. Everybody forgets Yaddle. Uh, I just think he's a baby of the species, and I think they want to use him because that species is very keen, very force sensitive, and they want to kind of find the genetic code to that. Professor Geek, Michael's just so angry from what you said. But I'm going to be honest. Like I said, I don't want to be the guy that worries about pooping his food. That's the thing. Okay, Disney gave you a bad piece of pizza. I'm not going to say that their hot dogs and hamburgers are going to be bad. Give them a try. You know what? Mandalorian was a damn good hot dog. Yoda should be called Yoda Jr. I don't know. I got it. I like I said, part of me wants to know if they'll ever name him, but it'll have to be special, whatever the name is. Uh, Trailers are notorious for being taking lines out of context. Oh, definitely. You don't have high hopes for Picard, so Star Trek Discovery is one of the worst television shows on right now. Yeah, I used to I still may one day watch Discovery just to know how bad it is for sure. I may do a quick view or watch as much as I can before my head explodes. But I hope Picard does well, only because like I said, they're finally looking into the future rather than trying to reinvent the past. And Star Trek's always been about looking forward, but they kept looking. I mean, they did Enterprise, then Discovery. It's like, come on, guys, go forward. Go past it. Stop harassing Michael. He's going to burst a forehead vein. Maybe his Junior. Junior. I like that. That's good. That's a good one, Troy. I like that one, Junior. Yeah, I mean, we got Picard coming out. Like I said, Witcher's out. I think Witcher's a really good show. Like I said, I'm not familiar with any of the Witcher stuff, so I only know what I saw in the show, and I liked what they had in the show. Had a very nice D&D feel, Uh, Professor Geek's already setting to ignore Muhammad during office hours. McHal's the Hulk. Professor Geek is the leader. Uh, Owen Lister in the house. How's it going? Did I ever see The Wicker Man with Nick Cage? No, I saw The Wicker Man with the original Wicker Man a long time ago. Uh, Never saw the one with Nick Cage. Might have to. I like those kind of stories. Those like British Celtic mythology, druidic kind of stuff. I kind of dig that. Um, kind of looking for something like that, maybe to watch tomorrow. I was still thinking about what to watch next Saturday. I think next Saturday is my Saturday to watch a film. I'm kind of leaning towards watching the Errol Flynn Robin Hood. Is there any interest in watching that? Errol Flynn's Robin Hood? Not saying we are. Just saying that's one of the ones that's kind of rattling my brain. Um, did I ever see Duel? If you're talking about the Spielberg movie, but a gazillion years ago, and I have very little recall for it, so I definitely have to watch it again. Used to own the original Wicker Man, then the DV got scratched to hell. Oh god, I hate that. Uh, Good idea. Yeah, talking about DVDs, finally they're making the Legend of Mikey Creek available on Blu-ray, the new 4K restoration. I'm gonna bite the bullet and buy that because gotta get me. I gotta at least have it. I may not be able to watch it right away, but I can have it. um, let me see. Are you guys excited for Matrix 4? Uh, I watched the first Matrix movie and I thought it was good. And then the other two came about. Now I have absolutely no. I have no need to see any more of the Matrix. They should have stopped after the first one. Only Wicker Man I ever saw was the one with Britt Eklund. Yep, that's the one. Britt Eklund. Oh man, whew. You young guys do not know some of the beauties that we had when we were young. Got to go back and watch some classic films. There are some beautiful women back then. Owen Lister just watched Mask of Zorro with Antonio Banderas and Anthony Hopkins on Netflix. Still a classic. Yeah, it's a good film. That's a really good one. You know what? I might break down tomorrow and finally watch the Lone Ranger film. Don't take my word on it, Professor, but maybe tomorrow will be the time. Maybe I should finally break down and finally watch the Johnny Depp Lone Ranger movie. I'll see how I'm feeling tomorrow. Tomorrow for me is going to be a movie day. I to know my schedule is to like be like Sheldon a little bit. I have my certain things, but about every other Saturday, my mother goes to get her hair done. It's a very old lady sort of thing to do to get her hair done. And so I'm here by myself. And it's a nice time to just pop the headphones on and disappear into something else and not have like the TV up because she sits in my room watches television. She doesn't have television. So it's nice just to I make it like special. I make it like a matinee, and I'll just watch something because usually I watch just whatever's on television, But I try to watch a special movie. So maybe I'll finally get around and watch that, see how it goes. Jenny Agutter. Oh, Jenny Agutter. I love Jenny Agutter. Ursula Andress. Yeah. Maybe not. Who was the one? Oh, can't remember her name. She was a Hammer girl. Oh, I need a list of Hammer girls. Can't think of her name. Um, I think she's in Captain Kronos. I can't think of her name. Uh, Captain Kronos. I need to. Okay, okay, Muhammad. Special commendation, man. Special commendation. Yes, the girl from uh, Darby O'Gill and the Little People is absolutely gorgeous. I can't think of her name right now, and she's always really high on my list. Let me get her name. I'll look it up. That is, if someone doesn't beat me to it, because she's been in a few things. She's also in something called The Crawling Eye, also known as the Trollenberg Terror, uh, and which is a freaky ass film. But she is an absolutely gorgeous woman, and I've always loved her eyes. And I swear that Janet Monroe, that's her name. I would love to be Sean. Yeah, Janet. Yeah, yes, Troy. Janet Monroe. I would love to be Sean Connery in that film. I love Darby. That's another film I need an MP4 of. Darby O'Gill, and the Little People. Uh, Caroline Monroe. Thank you, Angel Boomer for the win. uh, Big Al make a cigar, joint, pop on some porn. A slow ride song. Take it easy. No, I've given up. I've given up the P stuff, the porn. Try to be a better guy. Uh, and I have not watched any porn since my last confession. Isn't that cool? I'm very happy with myself. It's and for me that's tough because I am a lonely dude with nobody around, and that's kind of a tough thing not to do. I'm pretty upfront. She was also in the Golden Voyage of Sinbad. Oh yeah, who's um I need to get some Sinbad movies, and need to do I want to do Sinbad in the Eye of the Tiger one day. That has Jade Seymour in it, who's gorgeous, and Taryn Powers, who's Tyrone Powers' daughter, who is also a lovely girl. That escalated real quick. What escalated? Sword fighting for Massachusetts, some of the most impressive I've seen, right up there with Errol Flynn. Yeah, you can put Princess Bride in there too. There's some great stuff. You got anytime you do Zorro or anyone when they're using rapier fighting, uh, which of course, full disclosure, totally not the way they would have fought in Robin Hood. In the days of Robin Hood, the swords were too heavy for that. But yeah, when you're using like rapiers or a saber like that, you could do some great choreography if you got the right guys working for you. Um, Andrew Boomer was talking about Deborah Paget. Oh yes, Deborah Paget, Ten Commandments. Lilia, gorgeous woman, gorgeous woman. Um, I love talking about the older beauties from cinema. Someone get Big Al a girlfriend who will eventually become his wife. Al must be saved from being lonely. Thank you. I need a lovely woman, as the professor and I were talking about. We need a beautiful a lovely woman who has a nursing has a nursing degree and a ADA sanctioned house for disabilities. We were talking about girls from 50s and 70s. We got straight talking about porn. Well, no, someone mentioned porn, and I'm just bringing it up there. Yeah, I haven't done that in a long time, and I'm quite surprised. It's just one of those things I'm really trying to uh, to hold off on. Uh, and it's not that now I don't want to give the impression I'm the kind of guy that'll sit there, put on something, and watch film after film after film. But sometimes you get curious. You You've all done it. I know. I could be man enough to admit it. I'm almost 55 years old. Of course, I've seen it. um, let's have I watch Subspecies films from Full Moon. They have epic sword fights. Subspecies. No, haven't seen those. I have to check that out. Uh, I'm best not to investigate further. Trope show. The only thing I know Deborah Paget from is "Love Me Tender." Troy, did you ever see Ten Commandments? Charlton Heston. She plays Lilia, the slave girl. Well, not the slave girl. Well, technically she is a slave girl. So I had to think about that for a second. The one that Vincent Price wanted, and then yeah, that guy wanted. That was what Dathan, the guy who played Dathan. Can't think of his name now. I remember from one of the old Sinbads where he and his crew were sword fighting a multi-armed statue. That's some awesome stop animation right there. Oh yeah, Ray Harryhausen stuff. Oh god, a lot of the Sinbads, like Jason the Argonauts. They've got a lot of great stuff in that one. There's a lot, like I said, Sinbad the Eye of the Tiger. A lot of great animation in that one. I think the last big one was Clash of the Titans that Harryhausen did. With the Kraken. Speaking of Kraken, oh, I guess I didn't think of her being in Ten Commandments, says Troy. Speaking of Kraken, did you get that? She's Lilia. A lot of lovely women in that film. Her and of course the one that played Lily Munster is in there, playing Moses' wife. And then the one I can't remember the actress name, but the one that plays Nefertiti, who's also a very attractive woman. Elvis proposed marriage to her, but Paget's mother forbid her from marrying Elvis. Elvis got around, man. He proposed quick. The memes would have been legendary if we did them. Yeah, I don't, like I said, I don't know the status of the memes. I just don't know how to show them, and I just, you could, if you do a meme, you could send them. I just showing them on here, just not a kind of thing that I know how to do easily. Barbarella's pretty cute. Jane Fonda, yeah, if DC had the 3-strike rule, that woman would be in jail forever. So she's gotten arrested every Friday for like several months now or something with the environment protest. And the problem is, yeah, it was big news at the beginning. Now no one cares. This is the problem that people need to think of. The more you yell and yell and yell, the less people start to listen to you. It's interesting. I wonder if the way some young men have waifs is similar to the way young men used to obsess over movie stars. Oh, you talking about all the waifus? Yeah, waifu. I don't know. We've always had our movie stars. When I was growing up, I think one of my first big crushes, TV film crushes, was Christy McNichol. If anybody knows her, she was on a show called Family, and she was like a tomboy. And then I discovered Farrah Fawcett Majors. and the other angels. They all kind of were good. But yeah, those were the ones that really launched me into manhood. Although I probably my very first one was Yeoman Rand on the original Star Trek. Grace Lee Whitney, who I actually was able to tell her that yes, she was the first TV crush I ever had, and she was very thrilled with it. But I'm also sure she's heard that 500 times a day. Jane Fonda is a communist sympathizer who should be in jail and life for treason. Yeah, I don't. Yeah, she's. I mean, I don't. Yeah, she's done some bad things. Oh my God! Did you guys hear what Rose McGowan said today? Apologizing on Twitter to Iraq for America and calling us a terrorist country. Where the hell does Rose McGowan, who probably still smells of Marilyn Manson's, whatever, get off doing it? This is what drives me crazy about celebrities. She actually probably thinks that tweet matters. Even Hollywood is turning on her. I love it. I love it when Hollywood liberals eat their own. It's awesome. Troy had a thing for Christy McNichol. Yeah, her movie, the pirate movie. Got another one I need an MP4 of. There's all these movies that I can't find that God I want to have. Pirate movie. God loved it. If anybody's ever those Pirates of Penzance, pirate movie was like a 1980s parody satire version of that with Christy McNichol and the kid from Blue Lagoon. But yeah, that's pretty funny. Yeah, yeah, Troy's on it. Yeah, Rose McGowan is not. She's nutbag anyway. I think something tripped in her brain to just go total dumbass. Because that was dumb what she said. You know what? You can not like Trump, okay? But in this country, we're not a freaking terrorist country. We don't do the crap that terrorist countries do. Let's face it. I don't care. I remember when people. I like watching the stuff when Trump was first elected, and people were like going, "Oh, it's the end of the world for the people of my of my ilk. They're gonna lock me away." Anybody who was like transgender or gay or anything like that, they had this sense like they were all going to be locked in concentration camps. And it's like insane what some of these people think. Trump derangement syndrome, like Professor used to say. Let's see. I don't think you ever work in Hollywood. It sounds like a festering hellhole. I think, yeah, with some are. Now, I will say, I can respect anyone with legitimate liberal viewpoints, even some social viewpoints, if they discuss them respectfully, logically, and don't yell at you and wear black masks. I mean, come on. You put a black mask on your face, you tell me all I need to know about you. You have automatically lost any chance of you having anything you say matter to me. Okay, still talking. Well, yeah, I've been chatting here for a while. I don't know. Maybe a time to wrap up unless anybody has a question or something they want me to talk about. Let me go over some of the stuff that's going on to my knowledge. Like I said, tomorrow night on the Professor Geek channel. I'm not sure what time yet. Is it? If the professor is still on here, please let me know. Is it 10 or 11 that we're watching Return of the Jedi? The last of the classic trilogy, the last of the best trilogy of the best 3 Star Wars films. And if you really wanted to go super nutbag, you can say the only 3 Star Wars films. I would actually, you know what? Give me a few years, I may actually end up in that category. Just like I am with Star Trek. Sometimes I go, you know what? Kirk and Spock, that's Trek. Nothing else. It's Trek. Obviously, I would love to have. Whoa, okay. I would love to have a discussion with you as I am on a spectrum and have other issues. I do advocacy work as well. Oh, good. A certain professor is onto this and still a good friend. Well, that's awesome. If you, yeah, I totally believe in the advocacy of people on the spectrum or with any kind of disability, either physical or mental. I think anybody who works for them in some capacity, it takes a special kind of person. I tried to for a while until I just physically wasn't able to do it. But it's a lot of fun. Very uplifting sometimes to get to know people. Yeah, maybe yeah. I don't know a lot about the autism spectrum as much, as it wasn't a specialty that uh, the kids I worked with were didn't have that aspect in their diagnoses or the issues they were dealing with. But I knew some that were, and let's see. Yeah, we may not have a perfect country, but we're definitely not a terrorist country. Yeah, or tarot. Or we don't do tarot cards. Terrorist. I know what you're talking about. Liking actors, actors are real people. The Me Too and the nude leaks hard to express. Made it hard to express attraction. Okay, 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. 10 p.m. tomorrow night. Return of the Jedi. Looking forward to it. Not tonight, Muhammad. Tomorrow night. What makes young men picking anime women as alternative. I won't yell at you. I like being a decent person. Oh, thank you. Yeah, you guys on here are pretty decent. Like I said, I didn't see anybody going crazy and insulting anybody here tonight. We have a nice discourse. That's all you need. You can disagree. That's fine. Doesn't make me a bad person just because I didn't think Last Jedi was the worst film of all time. It doesn't make me a bad person. It doesn't make anyone else a bad person if they've never seen the original Star Wars films or saw them and didn't like them. Yeah, you just just go on, do something else. That's fine. Let's see. The professor be proud of me for tarot. Yeah, yeah. Red Wolf Ben got that too. I'd like to have a tarot country. Just got to be aware of the Tower card. Okay, yeah, bye guys. Have a good night. Yeah, okay. Well, yeah, seems like we're done. Let me switch over to StreamYard so I can have the end broadcast button at the ready, because it takes me a little while to finish up. But yeah, like I said, some things today. Oh, I forgot to do the toast to the professor at 9 p.m., but I did toast him earlier. Today being Tolkien's birthday. Professor Tolkien, if you get a chance, give him a little toast with whatever. Just put your glass up, say the professor, and take a swig in the honor of the man who gave us Middle Earth. Like I said, tomorrow night, Return of the Jedi. Monday night, we'll be finishing up The Hobbit on the Catholic Geek channel at a time that I'm not quite sure of. Sure, the professor will let us know, probably 11, 10 or 11. We'll see what happens. And then Tuesday night, the return of Professor Geek's Office Hours on the Professor Geek channel. He was gone for a while. You've missed him. Troy and I did the best we could with what we had, but the professor is back, and now the beloved Storm Cloud is back in our lives. So we'll have fun with that. And as far as that, Fan Man, I think wants to do something next week on Friday night. Not sure what yet, but keep tuned. And then it's my week to do a rewatch next Saturdays. Don't know what yet. Stay tuned. Glad you guys joined me tonight. Had a lot of fun. Yeah, Muhammad, people are happy he's dead. Just yeah, I think, I mean, I don't know the full story, but I'm not sweating it. But I'm glad you guys could join me tonight. Like I said, check out the latest Big Al Presents video about my opinions about Episode 9 and my Star Wars film rankings. I hope everyone has a wonderful weekend. Have a safe and healthy New Year. All those who I didn't get a chance to wish a happy New Year to, please have a very happy and healthy New Year. And let's make it a good one. And take care, everyone. Good night.